Okay, Year 7, well, thank you for being so prompt and on time. It's slightly unusual to be having your lesson here now, so well done for being spot on time. Now, just to sort of reconnect you with what you're doing at the moment and the inquiry you're doing, we've been studying this question: what can we learn from computer games about medieval history? Okay, and remember, medieval means the year 1000 to around the year 1400, and warfare means fighting. So can anyone remind me of the things that we've studied so far? What topics have we studied to help us decide if computer games are really useful for learning about history? Rakia?
Armour.
Armour, good. And Rajveer?
Weapons.
Weapons, excellent. Okay, so today we're actually going to investigate the final little piece of the puzzle, and that is castles. What can we learn from computer games about castles? Now, what I'd like you to do is think really carefully. When I saw you on Parents' Evening and when you got your progress checks, if you know that you're on a level 5 at the moment, okay, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to say to me how castles changed over time and why they changed over time. And you should be able to say to me, does that mean does the computer game show this? How useful is this computer game? All right? If you're aiming towards a level 4 to a 5, you should be able to do the same things, but you're going to be able to, instead, you're just going to explain to me whether this computer game is useful or not. You may not talk about the motive of the people who made the game. Okay? So there's 2 clear tasks, 2 clear objectives for you. Level 4 to 5, tell me, all right, that the game is useful, why it's useful, and you can tell me reasons why it's useful. Level 5 and above, same, but see if you can talk about the motive of the people who made the game. Have they maybe got a different motive than actually trying to teach history? Okay? So without further ado, let's look at the real history of castles. In front of you, you've got a little whiteboard, okay? That's 1 between 2, unless at the moment you're working on your own because your pair isn't here today. And what's going to happen is in your pairs, you are going to become master castle builders, okay? I'm going to tell you some information from the Kings of England, because you have now all been hired by the Kings of England to build castles for them. I'm going to give you some instructions, and you have to listen really carefully, and you're going to use those instructions to decide how to build your castle. Okay? So, here's your first set of instructions. You're going to draw your castle on the board once I've given you the instructions. First set of instructions. The year is 1066. William the Conqueror has just won the Battle of Hastings to become King of England. But in many parts of England, the people don't want him there, and they are fighting against him. William and his soldiers must be protected, and the English people must be shown who is boss, so he decides to build a castle. But he says it must be built really quickly, and he's only got wood and earth or soil to do it, okay? So it's really important that it's high up so that he can see danger approaching, and he needs an area for the soldiers to live. So, how could you design a castle? Look at the words underlined and in bold to give you some ideas. Can you, in your pairs, think of a castle you could design made of wood, earth and high up? All right, you've got 1.5 minutes. Use the little pen I've given you to draw on your whiteboard. Work together. Design your castle, Master Builders. Off you go. Okay? Excellent. So, just work together, draw your castles. Use this pen on there, okay? Use the instructions carefully. Yeah, but both draw. Okay? So, do you know what a castle looks like? Yeah? What do you think it could look like out of wood?
Yeah.
So like today, right? So that would be like that.
Which one?
And then you do the door. And then we like do the higher part. So then I'll be Jordan.
You have to make it like high up, so like feel like it's stand
You've got 1 minute, guys. Make sure you've got all of the things from the brief.
What's the lines?
So, what is your castle made of? Are you sure? What did it say on there?
Can I do it?
Earth and...
And over here we do the lines again like that. Like that.
You could carve it with
You
your
write my name.
planks, okay? So make sure you show
I write
it's
this
made of
pound.
wood, okay? Now, are you making yours only of wood, guys? Make sure you're following the instructions.
Yes, wood. We write each pound like on it. We done it.
That's great. Well, I think that would serve his purpose well, don't you?
Follow all of the instructions. Make sure it's high
So
up.
what's all this built of?
Make sure you're using
Just
earth
wood.
and
Just.
wood.
And was it going to be a natural hill? Or had you built
30
it up with a...
seconds.
Oh, you just happened to technique, so you found a hill.
Have you got somewhere for the soldiers to live?
Yeah.
Excellent. So, are you going to put it on a hill? This is a hill. Yeah, good girl. I know, it's great. So where are the soldiers going to live? Okay, so it's 5, 7, 6. You've got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pens down. Stop drawing. Okay, so how did you get on, Castle Builders? Akram? How did you get on? Do we think we've matched the brief? Do you think William's going to be happy? Okay, could you hold your boards up so I can see your designs, please? Ooh. Now, this one at the back. Can you all look at that one for a second? Well done, Salma and Rakia. Can you see how they've really done exactly what William said? It's on a hill, it's made of wood, and it's high up. And where would your soldiers live?
Inside.
Inside. Good. Okay, now if you look this way, okay, here is the castle that people ended up building in 1066. You guys did this really well. Look, you all put your castle on a nice big hill of earth and made it of wood. Well done.